Hundreds of people protesting in the Argentine district of KCK. They're calling for immigration reform. The protest is over a congressional proposal to make it a felony to live or work illegally here in the U.S. The bill is to be voted on Monday by the Senate Judiciary Committee. Coming up on KCTV 5 News at 5, we'll have a live update on the local protest, including reaction from the opposition. We'll also have images of corresponding protests around the country today.
Topping news from around the world today, new home video of it.
States to become a bigger and a greater United States of America.
Immigration in this country has become a very contentious issue. For example, Kansas Senator Sam Brownback, a starch conservative, has recently been called out as being on the far left when it comes to his position on immigration. Now, the U.S. Senate will be tackling this issue coming up this next week. We'll keep you informed on what happens up on Capitol Hill. For now, we're live in Argentine. Back downtown to you.
Details. Hi, Chris.
Elizabeth, good evening. We are right across from a restaurant that is normally very busy and popular at this time of night, this Chipotle just south of the plaza. But it has been closed all day long because its employees are taking part in a rally called A Day Without Latinos. It's a protest to try to show the economic impact of Latino immigrant workers, whether they are in this country legally or not. Now, the rally itself took place in Kansas City, Kansas, at a park in the largely Hispanic neighborhood of Argentine in KCK. The protesters are upset about a bill that's in Congress right now. It would make it a felony-level crime to be in this country without the right documents. Protesters were talking about jobs and whether Latinos should be able to immigrate here the way Europeans did. But opponents tell me today that immigrants must follow the laws and the U.S. must be able to control its borders because of terrorism.
We want to be legal. You know, we want to be okay with the law. But then there's these laws that want to separate.
This has nothing to do with race or ethnicity. This has everything to do with respect for the rule of law and also for national security.
There were other big rallies across the country today, including in cities like Los Angeles and Atlanta. The biggest one in Phoenix drew 10,000 people. Reporting live in Kansas City, Missouri, Chris Hernandez, NBC Action News.
All right, Chris, thank you.
But not everyone agrees with their message. KCTV5's Betsy Webster is live with the story. Betsy?
Well, Michael, here at Jalapenos Restaurant in Lenexa, this sign here is actually a misnomer. It is dark inside, and if you come around the corner here, there's another sign that explains why. The sign says, due to the Hispanic Walkout Day. Now, the people walking out, those protesting, are trying to make a point about how much everyone in this country counts on them.
Sí se puede. Yes, we can. That was the chant that filled this park in Kansas City, Kansas's Argentine neighborhood, where American flags flew alongside those from people's native countries.
We are not criminals. We are hard workers in this country, and we only need the same opportunity that you have.
But House Bill 4437, headed to the Senate next week, could send some of the people in this crowd packing. It proposes classifying illegal immigrants as felons, speeding up deportation and tightening border control. It's written as an anti-terror bill, but some residents say they're more concerned about the economy.
I don't think that we ought to have to compete with illegal immigrants. Now, if they want to come in the correct way, that's great. But as far as coming in illegal,
I am very much against illegal immigration. We're all legal immigrants in this country, and that's okay.
But the people in this crowd say they do the jobs no one else will, and say they give to this economy much more than they take.
You buy groceries, you pay taxes, you buy gas, you pay taxes.
Our countries are poor countries, you know, you just want to work, that's all we care.
Now, just to refresh, this bill has already passed in the House. It now goes to the Senate for debate next week. And so those protesters today were doing more than just raising their voices. They were signing petitions, which they will be sending to the U.S. senators in our area. Reporting live in Lenexa, Kansas right now, I'm Betsy Webster, KCTV5 News.
And that protest today, as I said earlier, was nationwide. This is the scene in Phoenix today. Arizona has one of the largest populations of illegal immigrants, and thousands of protesters hit the streets. They ended up at the office of Arizona Senator John Kyle, who is in favor of the bill. And here's the scene in California this afternoon after hundreds of students walked out of a Los Angeles high school. Many of the students say they consider this bill racist. Police had to shut down traffic around the school after the swarming crowd moved into the streets.
A major break.